Welcome to Stay Visionary Podcast. Today I'm pleased to welcome Eric Prose, founding partner of Next Era Legal based in California. Eric has built a firm that challenges to the traditional law firm model, bringing embedded strategic counsel to growth stage companies and tackling deals many would call unclosable. We'll dive into his personal journey and how his early life shaped his mission, the evolution of Next Era Legal, and most importantly, how business owners can leverage legal as a growth engine, not a cost center. Let's get started. Welcome, Eric.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it, Ed.
Tell us about your background growing up, your early influences, and how you came to decide on a legal career.
Yeah, so I don't come from a family of lawyers. I don't come from any kind of legal background, unlike a lot of my classmates in law school or colleagues now. My desire to understand the law and see how it impacts people came as a result of a personal tragedy. Our family unfortunately lost our mother during a workplace shooting in 1991. And during that time, or after that, my father was trying to find ways to leverage the legal system. And every law firm that he approached said, nope, this is impossible. This is unwinnable. And hearing that as I grew up, it kind of inspired me to, well, why is this unwinnable? Or why is this not possible? So I had a deep desire to figure that out. I was looking at law school before I even got to college. So it was just kind of something that I wanted to pursue. And when I got to law school, I understood what the challenges were. However, those challenges kind of fell on deaf ears. I like challenges. I like unclosable or unwinnable deals or unsolvable problems. So while I was in law school, I focused on very complex areas of study, and that led me to real estate, business transactions. And I think it's pretty clear that business is very confusing, complex, and maybe sometimes unsolvable. I mean, look at the thousands and thousands of business books that are out there that are helping people and businesses expand. So that's kind of where I wanted to land. That's where I saw the most challenges that I could conquer.
And is that unfortunate tragedy of your mom? Is that what brought you to that mindset?
Absolutely.
That and listening to your dad over and over get denied.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then, once I got older, when my mom passed away, I was 4 years old. And once I got older and started talking to my dad about it more, it was really just what happened? Like how could I have changed that if I was a lawyer, or what could have been done instead of just saying no? There's usually ways to a goal. It just might have to take some creativeness and time. And I understand as a lawyer, those law firms probably didn't want to expend the huge costs. They would have been contingency firms. So it would have been a huge dollar amount they would have had to front in order to move forward. So I understand that aspect of it. I just don't understand on giving up on a big challenge.
So that really shaped your approach to law and business in general.
Absolutely.
So you co-founded Next ER Legal. You launched your own solo firm. What prompted you to transition from solo practice to building a full-fledged modern law firm?
Yeah, so I launched EJP Law in 2016, I believe. And over the years, I was really trying to figure out the model and how to work with business owners more often. Also, during that time, I started a real estate development company with a few other partners, and we found opportunities on projects across the country. During that time running that business, along parallel with EJP Law, I was not acting as the attorney for that real estate development business. So we were in the position of getting the legal invoices and being the buyer on the legal services side. I didn't like the experience at all. My partners didn't like the experience at all. They were actually lawyers as well. So EJP Law kind of helped fortify the direction I wanted to go in. It was 2023, 2024. I kind of hit the ceiling of what I could do on my own. I started working with one of my partners. We've known each other. We got introduced about a year before. We started working on projects together. And then we teamed up with our other partner in Michigan and Illinois. So we took about 8 to 9 months to plan out Next Era Legal in 2024. The entire vision behind it, our why, our how, everything that goes into building a good business, we took and instilled into Next Era Legal. So really going from solo to Next Era was really, I can't build anything else on my own. These two guys, we share the same vision. We share the same motivation. We want to get to that next level. We feel the same pain points as our clients. So how can we create something that is different and better than the traditional legal model that's out there?
Can you expand on that more? Your pain points and your unified vision? What exactly that is?
Yeah, the pain points were that business lawyers that we experienced, because my partners were business owners as well, getting that invoice, they didn't understand the business. They were very reactive. They weren't a true partner. So we wanted to find a way to create a true partnership between our clients and to show them, hey, legal shouldn't be involved every step of the way, instead of just, here's a problem, let's fix it. Here's a contract, let's fix it. Usually once we get to that point, it's kind of too late. We have a lot of undoing to do to get to the final project. So our whole thing was, well, how can we looked at it like, what attorneys are part of the proactive business side of things? And that's general counsel, in-house general counsel. Now, we're not going to go in-house, so how can we operate a law firm that helps these business owners? Well, our next logical step was fractional general counsel, which was something I was toying with at EJP Law, and my partners and I all refined it, the model together.
Can you explain what that is?
Yeah, absolutely. So fractional GC, we sit as an in-house attorney. We don't just do contracts. We don't just give legal advice. We do the normal contract things, the commodity aspects of law, but we also sit in the C-suite with the owners. We work across departments, HR, finance, IT, and we help create legal operations that run alongside the legal work that we do, so that the foundation is there. And these companies that are growing $5 million, $10, $30, up to $80 million, or whatever it may be, they have a real operational setup instead of just let's kick it to legal and we're not sure what's going to happen here.
Yeah. So they know from A to Z what's going on because you're involved every step of the way.
Correct. And we that entire process to get to that point is laid out. So we start with a legal strategic assessment. We do a deep dive for about 2 to 4 weeks with clients to understand the inner workings of their business, where their operations are, what their legal department looks like at the moment. We have a number of questionnaires that go out. We do a number of calls, on-site meetings, all that type of stuff to really understand the business. And then we lay out, okay, here's the major red flags we see that we can help with. Here's your 90-day plan of action. These are the steps we can take. And we have individual tiers depending on the budget of the client, how much work they want to do, and really where they see legal being involved. And we lay that out for them, and the clients choose which tier they land in. We give a recommendation, but that is a flat fee for the month, and all the details are encompassed in our 90-day plan.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's really full service all the way through.
Absolutely.
The process.
Yep.
What have the biggest challenges been for you that you have encountered, and how did you overcome them, or have you?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest challenge that we're encountering is that nowadays, and over really the last 4 years, everyone's fractional. Everyone's fractional this, fractional that. But you really have to educate, like fractional CFOs have to educate their clients on what that looks like. And a lot of people call themselves fractional general counsel, but when you get down to it, it's really just flat fee pricing for a bunch of different commodities aspects. 15 contracts.
I was going to ask you, can you explain that?
Yeah. So ours is, we're trying to educate business owners on what true fractional general counsel looks like, which is, like I said, all that legal stuff that people really don't want to read except for us. And then all the legal operations and the strategy and the business insight. So that's true fractional general counsel to us. And that's been the biggest thing, is educating people on looking at legal from a different lens.
So you guys have struggled with trying to get that across to your client?
We've struggled with breaking through the noise of everyone being fractional. And we've seen an uptick of people, oh, wow, like the way you explain this, the way you look at this is completely different than all the other fractional GCs that I've met. So we're seeing it overcome just education, content, podcasts like yours, like jump on and discuss, just meeting with the right people and explaining the entire process. Like the other week, I met with somebody in San Diego, and I was explaining what the fractional GC was to them. They sat back after and said, that makes a lot more sense than just paying you to do a bunch of contracts on a flat rate. So that spawned introductions to his key clients that are doing a bunch of business and really need a trusted partner at that level to help guide them through the weeds.
Yeah, I love it because it really, like you said, there's a need for that. Now you're already into it. The contract. Oh, I should get a lawyer.
Right. Right.
And you're already into the process.
Right.
And sometimes it doesn't work out that well for you because it's, like you said, it's too late.
Exactly. And part of what we do, like an example of what we do for legal operations, is we go in and set up a contract playbook, and we give mins and maxes to numbers, to different legal provisions. I mean, really the key to keeping legal efficient and not a bottleneck is to set up the processes, and we can just manage the process. Are there going to be deals and transactions that are more complicated that take more time? Absolutely. That's part of the game. But those are usually few and far between for companies. Usually they're very standard agreements with repeat clients or new clients coming in that are agreeing to their terms. So we just want to make sure that legal is seen as an efficient partner and not, oh man, we got to send it to legal. It's going to take 3 or 4 weeks. We don't want anything like that.
So you've really streamlined it and made it a lot more efficient.
Well, we're working on it. Yeah, there's a huge.
It's getting there.
Yeah. There's traditional legal. My partners and I we all started off in law firms, so traditional legal was ingrained in us, and it takes a while to get out of that. Now we've all been out of law firm life for quite some time, so we look at it the way we want to practice law and work with business owners. So yes, we are getting there. The playbooks are developed. The systems are getting set up. We're part of legal operations societies and communities so that we can learn from people that have been doing it for 20 plus years. And then we can bring that value to our clients, because most of our clients are middle market, lower middle market businesses that are looking to grow, scale, possibly sell to PE or other companies. And they're kind of like, well, where do we go from here? And our first question is, what does your legal look like? And then we go through our entire questionnaire and really dive deep and figure out things where we can improve and provide efficiency.
Awesome. So actually, that brings me to my next question. From your vantage point, how is the legal service, yours particularly, evolving from the new business models, technologies, and or the competitive pressures are you seeing?
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing shifts. I would say really since 2022, 2023, there's been a huge shift outside of big law. Let's leave big law off to the side. They're their own beast. Mm-hmm. Those companies and those firms are ingrained. They're going to continue, and there's nothing wrong with their business model for their clientele. For the smaller and boutique firms, we've seen a big shift into flat fee pricing on things, cost certainty for businesses, and really more of an efficiency. Instead of saying, hey, we can have this for you in 2 to 3 weeks. Hey, what's your timeline? Your timeline is 10 business days. Great. I think we can get this done in about 4 business days. That leaves us 6 days to really hone it in. And a major part of that has been technology. And I firmly believe that if lawyers are not using new tech, AI in some aspect, and I'll address which aspects we don't use it in, they are going to be left behind. AI is a very valuable tool. As long as you have the types of AI that provide confidentiality and protect information, or you don't include that information in the AI, if it's a publicly trained model, then you should be good. Now, I think there's a lot of limits on AI for legal. I think it's great for summarizing, helping provide outlines for things, and simplifying things. Our contracts, we understand every single word of them. Now, if we copied and pasted a part of that to our clients, they would want a simplification. So we use AI to simplify things. We use Spellbook, which is a contract review editing AI that we use. That is, we upload our playbooks to that system, and it looks at a contract the way we look at it. That does speed things up. We let our clients know, hey, we're going to use AI on this for the first pass. and then we'll do our full review after, but we want to get you something within 24 hours. We're actually also developing a quote generator. We're taking every quote we've ever sent out, whether a client is signed, whether that quote has changed because of scope of work, or just our normal flat fee schedule. And my partner's working on an AI platform that we can just feed something into it, and it spits out the quote that we've already generated before, taking all things into consideration. Another thing my partner's working on, he's more of the tech guy. He's done coding in the past. He's actually working on getting our own bell book type of thing set up, where it's only run off of our playbooks and the way we address and the way we write instead of the way traditional legal writes.
Yes, I think AI could come in those aspects because you could really curtail, and AI learns. That's one of the great things about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it could get better and better and better as you get the information more into the funnel.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're built on tech. I mean, we've been working with a technology partner, a friend of mine that owns this company. He helps us with all automations. I mean, leading into next year, my assistant would manually set up Google folders and manually send out a welcome letter each time. It's all automated now. So as soon as we slide something from one stage to the next, boom, automation goes out. Client gets updates. We're working on getting more automated updates out to our clients because the biggest complaint about lawyers is that we don't communicate. So we want to nip that in the butt right away. So we're working on getting some automatic updates that go out to clients.
You'll be ahead of 99% of the company.
That's the plan.
So where is Next Era Legal in the next 6 to 12 months in terms of growth? You talked about putting new things in and your market focus. Where is that all heading in the next year?
Look, we've been building this since 2024. We know our fractional model is going to take off. We're getting a lot of traction now. So we do see the fractional client number going up each month, which is great. We're getting people coming in on the entry level tier and then quickly upgrading for more work on our end. We think and we hope that we'll be the leading true fractional GC firm in California, as well as Illinois and Michigan, because we have a partner license there. Regarding tech growth, I hope in the next 6 to 18 months we have our own platform in place. And I hope in the next 6 months we have all of our automatic updates going out. We really just want to make people see that legal should be a business, treat it like a business instead of a law firm. So we want to look like we're a real business in the sense of communication. Like you visit an e-commerce business online, you're getting 30 emails about the product that you checked out right after that. Do we want to do that? No, but we want to look more like a business instead of, okay, the lawyer will respond when they have time type of thing.
So you guys are operating in multiple states.
Correct. So we're in California, Illinois, and Michigan. Those are the only states we're fully licensed in. So Those are the states that we have clientele in and that we work with.
Are you planning on expanding that, or?
We do. We plan to work in different locations and just have local counsel advise on the exact state law. We don't want to step outside and into unauthorized practice of law in any jurisdiction. We're very careful about that. But we're always looking to bring on new team members, people that have GC experience or working directly with businesses so that we can step into other locations and not have to be worried about any kind of unauthorized practice of law or any kind of ethics violations.
Has it been difficult with the different regulations for the different states? It's usually, you're dealing with state, federal, but really a lot of sometimes local cause big problems in some ways.
Do you mean in regards to like legislation, tech legislation? What do you mean?
All of the above, actually. Actually, I'm glad you said that. Yeah, really all of the above.
Look, I mean, our job for our clients is to stay on top of that stuff. It's become second nature for all of us. I don't know how many newsletters I'm subscribed to update me on local bills, state bills, assembly bills here in California. I get one every single Saturday and Sunday, and it's all the areas that we work in: tech, hospitality, restaurants, manufacturing, fitness facilities. I know we also have all those set up in the other states too, Michigan, Illinois. So my partners and I do keep up to date quite often. Is it difficult? I mean, that's our job. So we've been doing this I've been licensed since 2013, so 12 plus years. My partners are around the same time. So we've kind of grown accustomed to just updating ourselves. We take a lot of continuing legal education classes to make sure that if there's something big that shifted, we understand what's going on. On the tech side of things, there is a lot of AI transparency acts that are getting proposed and passed across the country. We stay on top of that. Any type of new tech developments, we usually write and inform our clients on, because if they're leveraging AI or deploying it in some way, they have to know. So we keep them up to date on all of that stuff. So it's difficult, but at the same time, it's just something that we've learned to do efficiently over time.
It's just part of the game, so to speak.
Right.
Making sure you're on top of it. Just good practice in business.
Yep.
If you could pick one innovation shortcut you'd recommend for business owners who want to accelerate deals and reduce legal friction, what is it?
One innovation. That's a good question. One thing that we're doing, and maybe this could be used for this could be used for businesses, is that my partner and I jump on a weekly call and we discuss a topic and we record it via Gemini. We're a Google company. We take that recording, the exact transcript, and then we then make that into a process. And I think what's missing a lot with businesses is the systems and processes, because people think you got to sit there and type it out. Oh, I clicked this. You can simply just record and have that produced into a system. And I think the more systems and processes these middle market, lower middle market companies can put in place, the bigger growth they'll see, because they'll now see that they don't have to waste their time on these tasks that are very repetitive. They can offload them to somebody else, and the process is pretty much solid. It's concrete. You can't really mess it up if you're walking somebody through it verbally. So I don't know if that's too much of an innovation, but it's something that we've been using this year. And I know when we talk to our clients or other law firm owners, they're also leveraging that too.
Yeah, it's very important, as you were saying before, getting involved now, because it's only going to help your law firm, or really any business right now.
Right.
Is getting rid of those menial tasks, and really streamlining things, because the technology is there, and then you got it being done 24 hours a day, 7 days, especially those repetitive emails and responses, and right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're even working on, we get the same questions all the time for different topics. So we're trying to figure out a way where we can take emails that we've drafted before and sent to clients and get them automatically set up, so that all we just got to do is give it a quick review and make sure that it actually hits on the points to our clients. We haven't quite cracked that nut yet, but it's something that we will have in place.
It just makes your life easier, and it makes business easier.
Absolutely.
And the client's like, oh, damn, we just talked about this, and 15 minutes later or 10 minutes later, he's replying back to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice, or sometimes instantaneously.
Yep.
Depending on the topic and the parameters, so on and so forth. So back to 6 months out to 12 months out, what are your guys' biggest strategic opportunities or threats you're preparing for in the next year, advising your clients in terms of growth, capital rising, right, and deals?
I would say our biggest strategic opportunity is the legal operations side of things. Really educating these companies on the importance of legal ops, how they can work with. The biggest thing we have is, what's legal ops? How much does it cost? So setting up budgets for all these companies and really working with finance to get a legal operations system in place. I think that's our biggest strategic lever compared to our competitors that are in the fractional GC space. Threats. Well, there's a movement that PE is coming into law firms. So you have, I forgot which big four CPA firm it was. They now have a law firm in Arizona. You have now what's happening in the medical field, management organizations that come in and they run the back end of law firms. And that is actually gaining a lot of traction. I would say that's kind of a threat, because there's deep pockets there. You have private equity, you have family offices coming in and pouring a ton of money into those law firms or other businesses. So I would say that's a threat and possibly an opportunity for us.
Oh, fantastic. Really, really great information. I am excited to see where you guys are going in the next year. Is there anything you'd like to talk about that I haven't brought up or anything you'd like to promote?
I would say the biggest thing is that for any business owner that out there that's listening, when you're looking for a lawyer, you need to rephrase, I'm looking for a lawyer. I'm looking for a team member. I'm looking for somebody to help our business proactively. Lay out the characteristics that you're looking for. A lot of times companies go with law firms because they're really good at the legal work. We're different. We're really good at the legal work, but we're also business minded. That's the first thing we're looking at. And then, okay, how can we get legal to coincide with that? So any business owner that's looking for attorneys that actually speak their language, that read the same books as them and listen to the podcast, like give us a call, see what we're about, read our articles. We have a lot of content out there. I would say check out our website, nextairlegal.com. And we'll be getting a lot more content up on our Instagram, Nextair Legal, and just our fractional general counsel model in general. We'll be really detailing what that entire process looks like. We'll basically be walking people through what it's like to work with us on that side here in the coming months. We have a lot of content planned.
I love it. Well, thank you so much, Eric, for sharing your journey, insights, and the innovation you're positioning legal services for your growth stage companies. It's been a pleasure. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this episode with anyone passionate about innovation, leadership, or the future of intelligent automation. I'm Ed Moran, and as always, stay visionary.